YouTube, we are back, and I guess I can't say back because we're here for the first time. Technically, this is the first video here on this channel, but I wanted to get right into it. I want to jump right in here. I don't want to waste too much of your time, and I want to break down this NBA 2K25 content. I'm going to let you know what I think, let you know what I saw, let you know what I like, and let's get right into it. So first and foremost, what we see here is create your own build. Basically, this is the builder. It's the same builder from last year. So the only thing that I see really different is they added this category here, this purple category, and it's going to put rebounding, offensive, and defensive all on their own. And a little bit of things change with the intangibles. We got speed, agility, strength, and vertical. That's a little different from last year. Ball handle, speed with ball, all of that good stuff. So it looks really, really similar in terms of builder, but that is good for me because I personally like the builder. Now, something we see here on this screen is we've got new badges. We've got a new type of badge. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, instead of just the 4, so that would be bronze, silver, gold, Hall of Fame. We have 5 now. And so what this 5th badge is called, from what I'm hearing and what I'm seeing, is legendary badge. So there's a 5th and final badge now called legendary badge, which is pretty cool. I think it may add some diversity to the game. I like it. Something I learned with last 2K personally is that you didn't need a lot of Hall of Fame badges. I felt like last year on 2K, I had a couple builds with a lot of gold badges and not a whole bunch of Hall of Fame badges, and they were still some OP builds if you know how to use them. So that's something that I'm interested to see about it in this year. If it's easier to get Hall of Fame badges, they did say there will be more attribute points to move around throughout the build, so we'll see how that goes. All right, so takeover is going to be something a little new. I'm going to try not to read the whole thing, but NBA 2K25 introduces a brand new takeover system with 72 takeovers and 14 takeover abilities. Each takeover targets different attributes and has 5 levels ranging from 1 when you're just heating up to level 5 when you're red hot. As you excel on the court, your takeover meter fills up, gradually boosting the targeted attributes as you rise through all 5 levels. This happens automatically, so you don't need to manually activate takeover, but if you make mistakes, produce bad plays on the court, your takeover meter will drop on its own, essentially. So that was like, I believe 2K16 was a little bit similar to that, where you got the rings around you and it went up and down as you played good or bad. So I don't know. So this is a little view here of what it'll look like. So those are different things here. We're not too worried about that. Badges. Now, I'm not going to sit here and spend a whole bunch of time reading each and every one of these new badges, and especially not the old ones, but I'm just going to go ahead and leave it here for a second. You can pause on this screen, and then I'm going to scroll down a little bit. And you could pause on this screen and a little bit. Pause on this screen if you want to see some different badges and read what they're about. But obviously a couple new badges look pretty cool. Layup Mixmaster, I guess I heard that's the Acrobat. They took Acrobat out. There's a bunch of different badges. There's some ones that are the same. Obviously a lot of the same badges. There's all around badges, general offense, rebounding, so on and so forth. We're not going to spend a bunch of time on reading all these badges because you guys can read them on your own and make your own opinions. You don't care what I have to say about them. So let's keep going down. All right, so this is something really, really big that I wanted to touch on because I think this is really key for that first night of 2K. When you spend all night, you wait up all night until midnight, and then you want to go and make your build. You don't want to run into the problem that I have ran into in the past of making that first build trash. Now, something you want to keep in mind with that, if you want the longevity from that build, if you're somebody that doesn't make a bunch of builds, I make a lot of builds, but if you're somebody that doesn't make a lot of builds, you want to make sure that that first build that you make is something that you could stick with for the whole season, essentially, if you're a one build type of person, 1 or 2 builds. So something that you want to do if you want to keep that build and take it to the next level is something called badge elevators. New in NBA 2K25, badge elevators can permanently boost an individual badge of your choice up to 3 levels within its max potential. For example, if your badge is currently at bronze but has a max potential of legend, it can immediately be boosted up to 3 levels from bronze, silver, to gold, to Hall of Fame. These will be available to unlock throughout the year from season level rewards. Badge elevators earned in season 1 through 4 can boost your badges up 2 levels, and those earned in season 5 through 8 can boost your badges up 3 levels. So that's something cool. And then another thing that's going to really help the longevity of your player is cap breakers. Now, this is the main thing you want to keep in mind while you're making your build is cap breakers, because there's a few things different on cap breakers this year that were a little different from last year. Last year, basically, the things we had as cap breakers were those extra levels for the rep. If you got to those levels, you got extra things. Last year on 2K, it didn't affect your animations. So let's say that, for an 85 ball handle for this dribble style, you could not get those cap breakers essentially from last year to get you to that ball handle because it didn't affect attributes or badges or animations or badges. It just kept you where you were needed to be at. It kept you wherever you were. Even once you got those, it just kind of helped your rating, I guess. I don't know. It kind of seems stupid to me. You know, I don't like to hate on too much because everybody's going to have something to complain about at one point, but this is really, really cool. So pay a lot of attention to this. This is something you want to keep in mind when you are making that build. Keep this in mind. Last but not least, we're excited to introduce cap breakers in NBA 2K25. We saw community feedback that players wanted a way to not only increase attribute ratings above their max potential caps set at a build creation, but also have those ratings contribute towards animations, badges, and takeover attribute requirements. That's exactly what cap breakers do. Okay, so for example, let's say your ball handle attribute is maxed out at 85. You can apply 2 cap breakers to play with an 87 ball handle rating and unlock access to any animations, badges, or takeover that require 87 ball handles. So that's what's a little bit different. Last year on 2K, you got those things through the rep system to where you could boost your attributes a little bit, but it did not allow you to use that towards any animations, badges, or takeover requirements. This year, they changed that for the community. So that's a big dub for the community. A lot of people are going to complain about certain things. Keep in mind, things that we're asking for 2K25 are coming to fruition. So I'm really, really excited about that. There's a few restrictions to ensure a balanced gameplay experience, though. So keep this in mind. Each attribute can be increased a maximum of +5 above its cap. So let's say you got something you're really going to want at 90, but you don't want to use attribute points. So you get it to, an 84 to try, I'll use all my cap breakers because I get 15 overall. No, it don't work like that. You can only put each attribute that it is that you're trying to increase a maximum of 5 above its capacity. So if you got something that you need a 90 ball handle, you need a 90 driving dunk for certain contact dunks, you're going to want to make sure that you put that only 5 below whatever that attribute is that you want, or whatever animation, whatever badge, whatever takeover. Only 5. So only 5 per attribute. You can use cap breakers on an attribute up to its max potential rating allowed by your build's height, weight, and wingspan. Let's say you make a 7'4" center and let's say you make a 7'4" center that you are going to eventually want to be able to have a, let's say 93, and it only lets you put it at 85. And you think, okay, well, I put it at 85, which was the max that it allowed me in the builder, but I'll have those 5 cap points. No, if it didn't show you that it was possible to get it to a 90 with your height, weight, and wingspan, it's not going to allow you to do that. So keep that in mind. It's not going to just allow you to just boost anything to wherever you want. You want in the builder for it to show you that its potential is able to go to 90, and then you put it at 85. So if you need to tinker your wingspan, your weight, or that height, you're going to need to do that for those attributes that you want off the jump. You don't have to use them on it to get it all the way to that 90, but it needs to show you that it's possible, or it's going to just screw everything up on your build. So keep that in mind. But you must progress an attribute to its max potential rating before applying a cap breaker. That basically means, let's say you can get that 3 ball to an 85. You can't just put it at 80 and use the cap breaker to get it to 85 and then worry about the other 5 to get it to the 90 later. No. Once you hit that max, let's say 85, then you can boost it to the 90 with the cap breaker. You can't do it anytime before. So that makes sense. That's cool. Like I said before, there are a total of 15 cap breakers available to earn through rep rewards. More on rep, affiliations, and the city in a few weeks. So that is something there. But like I said, this video was just basically break down a lot of the badges, some of the builder. The builder looks a lot of the same, so I didn't spend a lot of time on that. I'm going to drop a couple videos here. I'm going to try to pump out as much content as I can and get anything that I think, share my thoughts and my experiences in 2K that I've been playing for a very long time with you guys and see what you guys think about it all. But again, that's my thoughts thoughts. I'm really excited about it. I like the new badges. I like the cap breakers, the elevators. I like all of it. It all seems really, really cool. It seems like it's adding a little bit of different spin to the game. A lot of people are going to complain about it, and I'm sure I'm going to complain. But listen, I'm not going to be one of those guys that comes out every year and says 2K's trash, I hate the game, and then buys it every single year. There's going to be things that I like and things I don't like every year. So just try to keep that in mind while you're playing NBA 2K. When you're playing any game, man, it's not made for you specifically. There's going to be things certain people like and things certain people don't like. That's just how the game goes. Are there a lot of, things that they could do differently? Sure. But hey, we're all going to buy the game, so I try not to complain about it too much. But again, if you got any questions, comments, concerns, let me know down below in the comment section how you like the new cap breakers, how you like the new badges, how you like the builder. That's not too much different. Let me know what kind of builds you guys are going to be making, and I'm going to drop a video on an absolute DemiGod. But again, I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Peace.